What if the real danger of OCD wasn't just the intrusive thoughts or the overwhelming emotions? But what happens when you treat it in the wrong way, or not at all? You might be doing what you've been told is the right thing, but still feel worse, or feel like something is missing. Because honestly, in my opinion, there is a darker side to OCD that no one really talks about. And it's not just happens when you leave it untreated. It's also what happens when you rely on certain treatments in isolation, like ERP or medication, without building what I consider the foundations underneath of it all. You might start resisting compulsions, you might even dull the thoughts and emotions enough just to get by. But if you're not learning how to work with those emotions, how to channel that obsessive energy, you're just suppressing what was meant to move you. That's the danger, because emotions aren't the enemy. They're energy in motion, or what I like to call energy for motion. They were designed to help you move, not freeze or numb out. And when harnessed properly, you get to choose where to put that energy, not feeding into the loop that is only going to get harder to break. See, if you practice not reacting to emotions long enough, you risk losing access to the emotions that actually matter. I feel like this is especially true when on medication. Think about it: love, purpose, joy, connection. After all, what do they matter if you don't fear losing them? If left untreated, you get good at responding to fear with a compulsion or rumination. If you treat it with medication or something like ERP without building the foundations and a healthy way to direct those emotions, you get good at not reacting to fear in general. You could also start ignoring fear when it shows up for good reason, like a deadline you keep pushing off or a goal that actually matters to you. You've essentially trained yourself to not respond to discomfort. And unfortunately, your brain doesn't always know the difference between irrational fear and more important and actually relevant motivation, especially when you've lived a pretty delusional state that OCD can create. That's why in the program OCD Unlocked, we don't just teach you to resist compulsions, we help you build the internal foundation and trust that gives that resistance meaning. We calm the nervous system first. We prepare the body to handle intense emotions so that you can actually feel and still choose a different response. Because if you just sit in the discomfort, hoping it passes, it may, but fuck, that's a grind. If you learn how to use that discomfort as leverage, right, energy for motion, you gain access to a whole new level of growth. One that other people without OCD don't even have access to. Think about it like this. The people who suffer most with OCD are usually the ones with the most emotional and cognitive horsepower. And I don't say that to sound egotistical. Rather, I'm trying to give you a compliment you might need to hear right now. I say that because if OCD feels like it's using what you care about most against you, you can also learn to flip it and use that same force, but not if you're constantly numbing out just to get through the day. And not if you're resisting compulsions while your body is screaming for safety. This is why so many people relapse after doing ERP alone, or why it stops working the moment medication is tapered down or even stopped. Because the pressure is still there, maybe quieter, but technically still building. Just like a volcano that seems calm on the surface, no visible eruptions, but underneath, the pressure is mounting and eventually it demands release. With OCD Unlocked, we go deeper. We use the best parts of traditional therapy, but we build on top of them. We train you to feel all of it, to feel fully, to process emotions in a healthy way, to channel that energy toward something that actually matters. All right, to drive your life forward. Because the goal isn't to never feel fear again, it's to stop giving fear the steering wheel. You don't want OCD gone. You want the disorder gone, the dysfunction, the suffering, the paralysis. But the intensity behind it, that can be your superpower, your advantage, if you learn how to direct it. That's what we do, right? That's what this is about. So if this resonates, watch this again, take notes, share it with someone who needs it, and when you're ready to go deeper and get support while doing it daily, weekly, as much as you need, you know where to find me. I'll see you in the next video.